All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on these different fires that are taking place, just all over. So through the Spirit, I'm going to, scroll through some of these, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says 2 structure fires reported in Mandan, 2 injured. Crews respond to fire at Dallas Tex-Mex restaurant. Click on news. 4th man arrested over fires at properties linked to Keir Starmer. It says grass fires in Fairfield force mandatory evacuations. 2 Benton County fires blacken 1,000 acres, damage equipment, vineyard. Said thousands evacuate from fast-moving fires in Canada. Owner in shock after 2 suspicious fires destroy beloved West Michigan grocery store. SEPTA train catches fire near Levittown, Tullytown Station in Bucks County. Overnight Ukrainian drone attacks on Russia spark fires, disrupt highway traffic. Yeah, so it's just different types of fires. Grass fires, wildfires. You got stores burning down. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm, and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And the Lord has all kinds of fires spawning, just destroying land, destroying homes, destroying businesses, wounding people. There's a lot of judgment by fire is going out. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. And when you look up the definition of appease, it means to satisfy. So these spirits that were created for vengeance are satisfying the wrath of the Lord by executing his judgments. Verse 29. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. So all of these fires are spirits of vengeance sent by the Lord to wound people, to cause destruction, to cause disruption as well. Because, in the case of like the wildfires in Canada, like all that fire sending all that smoke into the air, people having to be evacuated, and all the traffic of everybody trying to escape at the same time just causes a lot of chaos. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And people get wounded and killed in these fires. Whether it's a car fire, an apartment fire, wildfire, people have gotten wounded and killed as a result of these fires. And there's nothing that can be done to save those people because that's the judgment of the Lord upon them. And like it says, neither is there any that can deliver out of his hand. So if the Heavenly Father decides he wants someone to die by fire, then that's exactly how it's going to play out. Psalms 9:16, the Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Hegeon Selah. Yeah, so all of these different fires, that's the judgment of the Heavenly Father. Just like the hurricanes, the tornadoes, the floods, the power outages, shootings, stabbings, car crashes, plane crashes, all of these different things are judgments of the Lord. And seeing as we're in the last days, these fires, these storms and tempests, earthquakes, volcano eruptions, all of these different events are only going to intensify. And more people are going to get caught up, get wounded, get killed. More people's business is going to get destroyed. Their homes are going to get destroyed. Just more judgment and punishment and vengeance of the Lord. Second Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And when you look up the definition of perilous, it means full of danger or risk. And you take a look at all the events that are taking place throughout the world, and it's safe to say we're in that time. The wars, the power outages, the volcanoes, the earthquakes, all the different storms and tempests. Like it's just chaos, just complete chaos, and it's just getting worse and worse. A majority of people out here have no idea what to do. Those of us of the hopeful elect, however, we know we must continue to trust in the Lord. Stay prayed up, stay fervent and diligent in this faith, because the Lord is the only one who can protect us, seeing as these are his judgments. And he gets to choose who it gets affected by them and how severely affected people are. Because right now, where I am in New York, it's a beautiful day out. Blue sky, sun's out, 84 degrees. It's nice. But just because it's a nice day out doesn't mean that I, am not being circumspect, not being aware of what's going on, Because that's the thing. When the weather gets nice, people get very lax. They're not on their guard as much because they just want to be outside. They want to go to the park. They want to, go hang out, which there's nothing wrong with that. The problem comes when you stop paying attention. You're so caught up in whatever you're doing, you're not aware of what's going on around you. That's when you get into trouble. And that's why, the water Yahweh Shem Shai for keeping a very fervent and stable-minded and circumspect spirit on those of us of the hopeful elect. No matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, we're still aware of who's around us and what's going on. So, if things start getting, a little out of control, we just, we leave. Because, we're not trying to get caught up in anything. Like it says in Proverbs 22:3, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. You look up the definition of prudent and it means wise. So a wise man will foresee the evil, and you're only able to foresee the evil if you're paying attention. So you're paying attention, you see all the stuff that's going on, and you're able to hide yourself because you know how to move. You're like, okay, if that's happening over there, then I'm not going to go over there. You're going to move a certain type of way when you're aware of the dangers. But there's a lot of people out here that are living in a bubble of ignorance. They say ignorance is bliss. So there's a lot of people out here that just have no idea what's going on, and they don't care to know what's going on. And that is going to get them wounded and killed because they're never going to see the judgments coming. And like a thief in the night, The judgments are going to sneak upon them and overtake them. But we have to keep in mind that, hey, those people that get caught up are people that the Lord wanted to get caught up. That's why he didn't put a spirit on them to be circumspect, so that they wouldn't get caught up. Wicked people are going to continue to get destroyed out here in whatever manner the Lord sees fit to destroy them. And those who are righteous in the eyes of the Lord are going to continue to be protected. And that's going to become more and more clear as more judgments are brought upon the earth. But with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, the Wadi Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, for putting his spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are still fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. And Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord's will. Till next time, Shalom.